Hey everyone, welcome to Pink Tutu Tarot. So today we're looking at what's right around the corner for you. Something that's literally coming very soon, probably very fast. You don't always know what it is. And that's why in this particular reading, the cards are hidden. So I don't want you to prejudge what you want to be right around the corner. It's more about what is around the corner. So I want you to trust your intuition if you can and choose the card based on something else other than what's on the card, which is what I usually show you. I usually show you the card. So choose group 1, 2, or 3. You can choose based on the timestamp, which will be down below in the description box. Just pick a group, pick a card. Maybe one is pulling at you. Maybe all 3 are. Maybe 2 of them are. Trust your intuition, your instincts there. But go ahead and choose your group. Go down into the description box, click on the timestamp, and it'll take you into your reading. All right, thanks, y'all. Hey, group 1. All right, we're going to take a look at what is right around the corner for you. So this is something that's coming very, very soon, probably very, very fast, but we'll get any details in the reading. So your initial card is card number 49, and it's Rabbit Spirit. Now is a lucky time. Well, that's good news, isn't it? Rabbit Spirit, now is a lucky time. Give me just a sec. Let me see what Spirit wants to say to you about this card. Well, obviously, they're telling me, first thing, it's going to be very good. They're telling me it's something that's actually already started to begin for you. So you may be aware of it, you may not, but it's something that's already in motion. It's like it will come in fully very, very soon. That is right around the corner, but whatever it is for you, it's already begun. Something has been leading up to it. Let me just see if I can hear what they. They're telling me you've been working hard. You've been working diligently towards something. And in some way, you've been doing it in blind faith that it was going to work out. And you're going to get a lucky break that's going to show you, to prove to you, hopefully without a doubt, that number one, what you're doing is worthwhile, that your work was not for nothing, and encourage you to keep going, keep doing what you're doing. Because whatever it is, it's important. It's important to you. And if it's important to you, it's important to Spirit, right? Okay. All right. So very lucky, you got a lucky time ahead. It's almost like what they're showing me is that it's a time. It doesn't all come in. You know what I mean? Like there are more rewards to come for what you're doing or the work you're putting in or the efforts you're making. There's more rewards to come down the road, but something is right around the corner that is going to just poof, just sort of give you really obvious proof, evidence. And what they're showing it to me a bit like pulling a rabbit out of a hat, like a magic trick. And it's going to happen very suddenly, very quickly. It's in motion already, so it won't be it won't be too much time before you see this taste, a positive taste of what is to come further down the road. And it gives you a sense of accomplishment. It gives you a sense of achievement, a sense of validation that you're getting what you deserve, and that the spirit world has heard you. That's what they just said. They want you to know that they have heard you. They know what you've been doing, and they're making the efforts to show you that you're on the right track. Oh, I love that. Okay, let's get some tarot cards down and see what else. All right. Your first card is the Queen of Wands reversed. And we have 10 of Pentacles. Beautiful. And then we have Temperance. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, give me just a second while I take in these cards and see what initial messages they have for you, and then we'll go through each of these and see what they can tell you about what's coming around the corner for you. So hold on one sec, y'all. First thing they're saying is that it is going to be beautiful. And they're stretching out that word beautiful into this long, long, really, really long line, which indicates to me that it's not something that is just like a short-lived flash in the pan sort of quick gift. It is a gift that is coming in, but it is something that will last, and it will help you in the long run. It's like it becomes a springboard for you to continue on, continue moving forward. But it's something that is long lasting and that will grow from there. So it's not something that comes in and leaves, like a scratch off lottery ticket or something. You win a quick buck and it's gone the next day. This is something more sustaining, more long lasting. So, okay. All right. So let's get into the cards. Your first card is the Queen of Wands in reverse. And they're telling me that kind of where you've been is you've been feeling a bit powerless in your situation for some reason. It's like you've been wanting something, working towards something, pursuing something in your life, hoping for something, asking, maybe even pleading with spirit, please help me in this situation to get what I need, get what I deserve. But you've also kind of understood that you have very little power over the outcome. You can't make it happen. And they understand that, they know that. And that can be very frustrating, and it can sap our strength, and it can sap our trust. It can pull us away, from our purpose and take us out of alignment. But it hasn't for you, or at least it hasn't very much. It hasn't pulled you offline to any great degree. And that's a testament to your strength, your faith, your trust in what is to come. It's like there's part of you knows that you're going to get what you deserve, and you're not going to let that faith slip away from you. So they give you credit for that. Okay. And then of course, what's immediately around the corner, what's coming very quickly, is this 10 of Pentacles. It's really good news. It's a source of happiness. It's a sense of stability, of having what you need to again, they're saying springboard off to the next level or to the next place to move forward. It's like this, there's been something that you've needed in order to like break through and get to the next place. And that's what's coming for you. It's like it's raining down, just like these pentacles on this card. It's like it's raining down on you. It's not everything you deserve. It's not everything you're asking for. It's not everything you want. But it is a solid taste of what is to come. And it's enough to have you feeling comfortable in your faith and your trust, and to continue working and moving forward in the direction that you are, you're pointing yourself. Yeah. It's a very comfortable card. It's like it gives you that sigh of relief. That's what it does. Like, okay, phew. All right, now I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. You can see it. It's going to work out. Things are going to be okay. It's a really, really good feeling. And that's right around the corner. Beyond that, we have the Temperance card. And they're giving me this card represents a sense of magic, a sense of alchemy, right? She's pouring from one cup to the other, almost as if, what comes out of one cup becomes something else in the other. Like in the Bible, it'd be water to wine. Hold on one sec. They're wanting to tell me something, so bear with me. They're telling me with this card, and again, this is a little bit further out than just around the corner, but you're already starting to move in that direction. It's a sense of being firmly planted on the ground while still reaching for the stars. And if you notice, she's got one foot on the ground, one foot dipped into the water. Her heel is still on the ground. She's firmly planted, but that toe in the water just says she still has hope for more. She's still trusting in her intuition and trusting in spirit. She's filling her own cup because she believes. She doesn't need the validation. She doesn't need really anything from anybody else. She's able to, I just lost that. Oh, she's able to support herself in some way. Now that may be financially. Maybe you'll be working or are working for yourself and you'll be able to support yourself financially down the road fully. Maybe it's emotionally supporting yourself. In some way, you will be able to give yourself what you need. And they're telling me in some ways you do that for yourself now, but it will become more firmly ingrained in you down the road. It will become a more permanent situation for you. Not to say, now don't get me wrong, they're not at all saying that you are going to be alone and that you're going to be doing everything on your own. They're saying that you are going to be in a position where you are able to take care of yourself financially, possibly, emotionally, mentally, whatever it may mean for you. You're going to be in a place where you have the confidence and the strength and the fortitude and the trust to be who you are and to become who you're meant to become without necessarily having to rely on anyone else to do it for you or to take you there. It's like you're doing this for yourself. You are taking yourself to a new place in your life in some way. And it's a really beautiful place to be in. It's like when you don't need anyone else to take care of you in any way, whether that's emotionally or financially, or you don't need anyone else, then other people that come into your life, they become such blessings, right? Because they add to your life, and it's not, you're not latching on because you need them. They're just complementing what you already have. And it's a much more sacred, much more grounded, much more stable place to be, emotionally and materially and spiritually. So beautiful news for you, group 1. So that's what's right around the corner for you. A lucky break is coming through for you. So I'm so happy for you. Would love to hear about it. If you know what it is, if it's already coming, if it comes in and you want to come back and reply, love to hear it in the comments. Please give the video a thumbs up if it resonated and subscribe if you haven't. I appreciate your being here, y'all, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey, group 2. All right, we're taking a look at what's right around the corner for you. So this is something that's coming very soon, possibly very quickly. We'll find out more as we get into the cards. Your initial card is card number 44, Panther Spirit, and it says reclaim your power. Panther Spirit, reclaim your power. Give me just a second. Just want to hear what Spirit wants to say to you about this card, so bear with me. They're really, even when I close my eyes, they were highlighting the eyes on this panther and the way that they seem to be glowing in the dark. And they're giving me this message of being able to see in the dark. So there is a symbolic message there for you. I want to hear more what they want to say, what's coming around the corner, so bear with me. They're telling me you are not, these are their words, you are not going to believe the power that is coming in for you, from you. Again, they're pointing out the eyes, and they're showing me that you have persisted, you have persevered, you have kept your forward motion, even when you felt like a kitten instead of a panther, and even when you couldn't see in the dark, in some way you still could, which just tells me that you have had and carried with you faith that you were going in the right direction and you were going to get where you needed to go, that you weren't lost. It's like you've been following your instincts in some way. But they are showing me this progression, really. They're showing me this kitten and the trust that a kitten has, which is beautiful. And then progressing and becoming this powerful, unstoppable panther. And they're saying it comes from your belief. It's like a belief in yourself or your situation or the outcome you are working toward. It's an unshakable belief that you have that is becoming very, very powerful within you. And it's going to, they're saying it's going to fill you more completely in the very near future. I don't know exactly what that means. Maybe you do, but I'm going to pull some more cards, obviously, and get a little more information here. They're telling me as I'm shuffling that you've been going through some challenges. You've been going through some really difficult times that have tested your faith, tested your strength, tested your resilience in every way. It could be financially, spiritually, emotionally, physically, maybe all of those things. I don't know. It'll vary from person to person, but you have been pushed to your limit in some way. Not so that spirit can see what you can handle, because they already know, but so that you can see what you are capable of enduring, what you are capable of overcoming, what you're capable of. And it's unfortunate, right, that in this life sometimes we have to go through difficult times in order to realize how strong we are. But it's one of the reasons why we're here, you know. So and they're telling me you've nearly made it to the other side of this. So you may be still, you know, you may still be coming through some rubble, getting past a few, you know, at this point, smaller, more minor obstacles. But they're telling it's like you can see the other side of it now. You don't quite realize the strength you have garnered through what you've been through. You don't realize the strength you have yet because you're still focused on overcoming whatever it is you've been dealing with. But they know. And they're saying you're about to experience the fullness of that. of your strength. Not as a challenge, but as a reward. In case you were worried more challenges were on the way. Okay. All right, your first card is the Ten of Wands in reverse. Then we have the Two of Wands in reverse. And finally, the King of Cups in reverse. Okay. All right. Give me just a second. I just want to take these cards in. I'm going to listen for some initial messages for you, and then we'll talk through these cards. So bear with me just a second. The first thing they're telling me is that this has been a bit of an internal struggle for you. So while there may have been circumstances coming from the outside, external circumstances that have challenged you, what really was going on is that you were overcoming challenges within you in some way. So whether those were, mental blocks, may have been, for some of you, I do feel like it is physical, like it may have something to do with your health. But for many of you, it has to do with your belief system and overcoming limitations. You've kept the faith, you have believed, you've trusted, but you still had some limitations you needed to overcome. And it may have taken external circumstances to come at you to get you to that point where you fully believed in your own power, to manifest what you want, to bring in what you want, to become and do and be what you want. Okay. All right, so let's talk through the cards. Your first card is the Ten of Wands in reverse. They're telling me this is kind of where you are now. You're kind of over it. You have been kind of to hell and back. You've been struggling. You've had burdens. You've had challenges. You are at the tail end of that now. If it's not behind you already, it may have just recently ended, or if you're like, nah, I'm still dealing with stuff. They're saying it's practically over. It's nearly over. You can start putting the wands down. You can start putting the burdens down. The best is yet to come. The worst is behind you. It only gets better from here at this point. So fear not, is what they're saying. Fear not. Don't worry that it's about to get worse. You've been through the worst of it. Now it gets better. And you should realize what strength really is once you're on the other side of this. That's interesting. Because you may have thought you were being strong as you were going through these challenges, and you were. But you didn't realize how much strength you were accumulating within yourself. It's something you will realize later. Okay, so what's coming up for you right around the corner is this Two of Wands reversed. And I just want to hear what they want to say about this. So hold on one sec. They're telling me you're going to be in a place where you can set the wands down. You're not going to be faced with these it's like you've been faced with some hard decisions or hard choices, or they're saying you can put all that down. You don't have, what they're giving me is that at some point or in some way for you, you've been having to choose between this and that. If your health wasn't good, maybe you were having to choose, between working harder and taking care of yourself, that kind of thing. It doesn't have to be that specifically for all of you. Obviously, it won't be. but they're showing me that you have been faced with choices and you did the best you could given the challenges that were being thrown at you. So don't question whether you could have done better or you could have done more. You did the best you could and you did very, very well. What's around the corner is freedom from that. You're not going to have to choose between this and that anymore, between taking care of yourself and others, or whatever. They're throwing all of the things at me. I can't give everybody's situation out. So you know what it is for you. You're not going to have to choose between two positive things. It's like you choose one thing, but you have to let something else go. This is a time when you realize you can have it all. And you don't have to select. You don't have to choose. You don't have to let things go that you know would be good for you, you know would help you, that you know would benefit your life in some way, but maybe you just didn't have the energy or the resources or the capability. Those difficult choices are coming to an end. And it is going to be a time when you are going to realize you can have it all now. You've earned the right to do that. And also you've gained the strength and the power to be able to do it all, right? Maybe you haven't had the strength lately through all these challenges to do it all, to do all the things you wanted to do, all the things you felt, you should be doing, you could be doing. You didn't have it. You were having to make difficult choices. That time is coming to an end very quickly for you. All right, further down the road, we have the King of Cups in reverse. And hold on one second. Okay. They're giving me a message, and I don't know what it means yet, but I'm going to say it while it's there. They're giving me a message about the water rising. The water is going to rise. And in some way, this brings freedom. So let me just listen. I want to understand what that means a little bit. Oh, okay. All right. I didn't do this for the other group, but they're telling me to pull a card on it. But they are giving me that message of this is what's coming further down the road. This is not right around the corner, but further down the road. The water is going to rise, and this will amount to freedom for you, will bring you freedom. Okay. And it's the King of Pentacles. Stability, financial stability, physical security, stability, personal strength, power. Okay, they're giving me with the water rising, this message of the water rising. It's an emotional fulfillment. It's an emotional fulfillment and a sense of, it's like a new appreciation for your life or for some aspect of your life. The challenges you've gone through and the choices you've had to make in some way will make you appreciate some of the things you had to let go of during that time. As you get them back, as those things open up for you again, it's like you have a whole new appreciation for it. And that brings this emotional fulfillment, this water rising. It's like your heart growing, it's expanding. And this brings you freedom because there's a whole new love and appreciation and gratitude for things that maybe before all these challenges you may have taken for granted a little bit and didn't take full advantage of. And this brings you strength, stability, the courage to be strong in your position, in your attitude, in your beliefs, and in your life in general. It's really, really interesting. Okay. Well, group two, I hope that, first of all, I hope it's a relief because after what you've been through, it must feel good to know that it's nearly over, um, and that things are going to really just open up for you and feel so much better and show you how strong you really are. So it's really wonderful for you, and I'm happy for you. So thank you so much for being here. Please like the video if it resonated or you received some messages that were helpful. It helps me know that our energies are connecting, which helps future readings to connect as well. It also helps the channel get out to more people so others can more easily find the readings and messages that they're meant to hear. So I am grateful for that. Thank you for being here and have a great day, y'all. Bye-bye. Hey, group three. All right, we're taking a look at what is right around the corner for you. So this is something that's coming very soon, possibly very quickly, but we'll find out. All right, so your card is card number 33, and it's Horse Spirit. Horse Spirit, and it says freedom is yours. Freedom is yours. All right, give me just a second. I just want to hear what Spirit wants to tell you about this. Okay, they're showing me that something has been holding you back, has been restraining you, has been, they're really showing me like someone in a harness, almost like you would have a dog on, or a baby and a child in a crowd, a toddler, a harness that keeps them from getting too far ahead of themselves too quickly, too far out in front too quickly, if that makes sense. But they're saying soon the cords will be cut in a positive way, like that harness will be cut and the doors will open and freedom will be yours. And they're giving me this sense that that's how you've been feeling. You've been feeling like, maybe, one step forward, two steps back, one step forward, two steps back. Like you've been working, but you've not been making enough progress fast enough. You're just barely making baby steps forward. But they're saying that's about to end. That's about to end. The gates are about to go wide open. And you're going to see what freedom really means for you and for your life in some way. That's what they just said. You're going to know what freedom really means. They're telling me that they've been protecting you. That it isn't that you were being kept from something good. They were helping to keep you from something that could have taken you off course, or possibly could have caused you some burnout, or in some way could have, harmed your health or your well-being in some way. They were protecting you, either from a situation, from yourself, from something. They were protecting you by holding you back. They were also helping you build your strength so that when the gates do open, when that freedom does come, you have the strength to accept it and to run with it, to do whatever it is that you've been trying to do. They didn't want you to get there too quickly. That's what they just said. For your own good, for your own good. So hopefully that means something to you. Okay. All right. Let's get some tarot cards. Let's see what else they can tell you. Okay, right now they're showing me your third eye. And they're pointing it out. And I just want to understand why. Your intuitive abilities, or your ability to, in some way, see the future, whether that's literal or symbolic, has been growing and expanding. And it's been opening you up in some way. So your intuition has been opening up, and that's part of why they've been holding you back. so that you could take full advantage of your own intuitive abilities. Now, maybe that's not for everyone. I don't know. I don't know. So take it if it resonates. If it doesn't resonate, don't. But they're giving it to me, so I want to give it to you. They're telling me that it is meant for all of you in some way, to different degrees. But you'll know. You know the truth. You know if you're. That makes sense for you. Okay. All right. Your first card is the Three of Pentacles. Then we have the Ten of Wands reversed. And finally, we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, give me just a second. I just want to take these cards in and listen to some initial messages for you, and then we'll talk through what's going on here. Okay, hold on one sec, y'all. They're showing me like a corral, you know, and it's like they've had this bubble around you, this corral around you, where you could move about, but you couldn't get any further. You know, like you would keep a horse in a corral and they can move around. You've had some freedom, or it maybe felt like freedom, but it wasn't true freedom. It wasn't everything you've been kind of hoping and wishing for, whether you realized it or not. When the freedom comes, you'll go, wow, wow. And it will feel so good, but it will feel good because you'll be ready for it. And that's the important thing. If the gates had been opened too soon and the freedom had been given to you too quickly, it's like they're giving me, like, in some way you might have crashed and burned because you wouldn't have been ready for the results, for the outcome, for whatever that means for you. Okay. Hold on one second. They're telling me for some of you this is a physical thing. You may have been working toward maybe some physical fitness goals, if that makes sense, but haven't been making the physical, material, progress in your body that you've been wanting to make. Maybe you've been working out or something. I don't know why they're pointing that out. Maybe they just to validate for those of you that is the case. They're showing me you did need to build up your strength, and that takes time. It takes time. So just trust the process. You're about to have a breakthrough there. So that's obviously not for everybody, but for whatever reason, maybe there were some of you questioning, could this be what that's about? They're wanting you to know that yes, it could. Okay. So your first card is the Three of Pentacles. They're telling me you've been working on something. You've been working hard at becoming very good at something. Now, this may be job related. This may be a personal project, a personal pursuit. Again, it could be a fitness thing. You know what it is, what you've been working on, becoming very good at. But despite the work you've been putting in, again, they're giving me this feeling of one step forward, two steps back, or two steps forward, one step back. Either way, it's like you're making so little progress. And it's a bit like going around in a circle, lots of work, not getting anywhere. A horse kind of running around the corral. It's lots of work. They're putting in the effort, putting out the energy, but going nowhere. And they're acknowledging that that's where you've been for a little bit in some way. But while it may feel like you've made little to no progress, they're showing me that you are actually this expert in the Three of Pentacles card. You have gained strength. This may be physical, this may be mental, this may be experience, knowledge, skills. You've gained what you needed to gain to now be able to put yourself out there, to be able to actually accomplish the goals you've set for yourself. And in some way, there is this message of helping others with what you have managed to do for yourself. Okay? So what's right around the corner for you? 10 of Wands reversed. They're saying the restraint is over. The burden will be behind you. The weighing down and keeping you from progressing will release. Now, they're giving me now further down the road, there may be more restraints in place because it's like they're showing me that there's always guardrails around you to kind of keep you safe, keep you from veering off course, keep you from burning out. And as long as you follow their lead and don't get too ahead of yourself or too frustrated and anxious for change, that you sort of ignore the guidance and that they're giving you, that they're showing you in your life. If you can stay within their parameters, the progress actually comes very quickly. What happens is we sometimes go off course because we think we know better than the universe, and we try to control a situation and force things to happen, and that's when they need to put roadblocks up and pull us back. But that time of roadblocks, of weighing you down, of pulling you back on that harness is about to be behind you. That's nearly over. They're saying it's literally just around the corner for you. You're going to have a breakthrough, and it's going to feel so freeing, and it's going to feel so incredible for you because you're going to understand what you've been working for, what you've been working toward all this time. It's going to all of a sudden start to make sense, and it's going to feel like an accomplishment. It really will. It really will. It lightens your load and gives you this whole new sense of power at the same time. Okay. All right, so further down the road, not just around the corner, but further down the road, we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Now, I just want to hear what they want to say about this card. So hold on. They're telling me you're going to drop something. In other words, you're going to release something. And they're actually showing me the page with this pentacle, dropping it to the ground, not by force, but by will, because you want to. I want to better understand what that means, so hold on. Okay, what they're giving me is that there's something you've been trying to accomplish, and you're going to have this freedom, and it's going to open you up. You're going to get what you've wanted, and in some way you're going to see that down the road, that what you want becomes something different. It doesn't mean that you're going to throw away your progress or that you no longer want what you wanted or what you want right now, but your strategy changes, your tactics change, your expectations, your desires for the outcome become something else. Maybe the final outcome, is there, and you just change the way you want to get there. Something changes further down the road once the gates open, and they're giving me, this is part of the reason, another reason why they've been holding you back. so that you would get to the point where the freedom comes and you're strong enough and focused enough and talented enough and able enough to see for yourself where your best efforts lie. And maybe they lie in a slightly different direction. Maybe there's a little bit of a veer in direction. And they're giving me a specific example, obviously not for everybody, but maybe it will just help bring it to earth a little bit. For those of you who've been, working on a physical level, fitness, working towards a fitness goal. It's like you get where you want to be and you think that's the end. That's the end game. That's, you're just doing it for yourself. You get to a point later where you can drop that pentacle because you're picking a different one up. In other words, you may find yourself down the road not just doing it for yourself, but maybe training others, using your experience, the skills that you've gained, the knowledge that you have taken on during this time and beyond to help other people accomplish their goals. So that's just one example. It's not for everybody. It's not a definite, even for those of you who are, fitness related with this reading. But it just shows you an example. They're showing me it's like releasing one goal. It's because you've gotten either where you want it to be or as far as you can go with something. And that takes you in a slightly different direction, or you can chase after a new goal, right? Or you can pursue a new dream, a new version of your dream. Okay? It's not that what you're doing now is for nothing. It is very much for something. You just might be surprised down the road where you want to take what you're working on now, where you want to take it to in the future. It might be different than you think right now. And it's in a good way. It will be a good thing for you. But of course, the option is yours. Freedom is yours to choose. They just know that you'll be ready when the time comes to take it where you need to take it. Interesting. All right, group 3, that's what I've got for you. I hope it helps. I hope it kind of gives you the relief that that freedom is coming. And if the reading resonated, if you got messages that you found helpful, I hope you'll give the video a thumbs up. It helps me know that our energies are connecting. It also helps future readings to connect with you more. And of course, it helps the channel so that readings get out there to more people and they're able to find the messages they're meant to hear as well. So I'm grateful for that. Thank you so much for being here and have a great day, y'all. Bye-bye.